Thank you for joining me today. I'm Sandra at SandraR, a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today my project is this covered notebook. I thought I would show you how you would go about covering a notebook. This is a notebook I just bought from my local store, and I've covered it in this lovely paper called Pretty Petals from Stampin' Up. And I'm going to do another one today. I'm going to cover another book today, and this is another shopping list book that I've done, and I think you'll agree that looks so much nicer than that. But this has got a little magnet on it, so I don't want to cover that up like I have done on this side, so I'm just going to cover the spine along the top there. But I'm going to show you how you go about covering a notebook. So the first thing you do is you measure the width of your pad that you want to cover, and this measures about 3 inches. So you write down 3 inches, and then you measure the length, and that measures 7 1/8, and then the spine measures 3/8, so 7 1/8 plus 3/8, that equals 7.5 inches. So then you know that you've got to cut your paper to 3 inches by 7.5 inches, and if you want to know what that is in centimetres, that's 7.5 by 18.8, I think that is now. So that's almost 1 millimetre. So that would be 19 centimetres rather. What's she talking about? So you would cut your paper 3 by 7.5 inches, or 7.5 by 19 centimetres to cover this book. This book here that I've already covered measured 3.5 inches, which is 8.3 centimetres, and by 6 inches because I went right the way around the back to make that look nice and neat. And so that was 8.3 by 15.2 centimetres. So I'll put that one out of the way. Now before we get started, I've already cut my paper to the measurements we said, which is 3 inches by 7.5, 7.5 by 19 centimetres. I've already cut this paper, and this lovely paper that I've got here comes from this pack here called Wild Flowers Designer Series paper, and this paper pack is absolutely free when you spend £45 on my Stampin' Up website. You can see that you get 12 sheets here, 12 sheets of lovely designs on both sides. I think they're just so pretty and colourful, and they do have plainer sides if you like plainer sides, but you get 2 sheets of each pattern and 12 sheets in all, and they really are very pretty. And that's during celebration. They're giving free gifts away, and you can get this paper pack if you spend £45 on my Stampin' Up website. They also have, if you spend £90, this is the book showing the papers there. You get 12 sheets, 2 of each, 6 double-sided designs, and that measures 12 by 12 inches, 30.5 by 30.5 centimetres. And they also have a matching stamp set with this, and I'm just going to very quickly show you the stamp set. I've stamped these out with it. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stamps. You get this for free as well. You can even have it on the wooden blocks if you want, which I think is pretty nifty, because then you just go to them. Why not have the wooden blocks if they're for free? Value for my money, I say. So Celebration Flowering Fields, 7 stamps, absolutely marvellous. And the catalogue number for that is 141300. 141 300. And I'll put that to one side now. And this is how it stamps, and I've coloured all these in, and I just, you mustn't look at my mess there, that shouldn't be there, but I think you'll agree that that looks lovely. And I've coloured them in different colouring pens, and I'm so pleased. I think that's just a beautiful stamp set, stamps beautifully and well worth it. So if you spend £90 you can have those two items. If you didn't want those, you could have any of these other items, and the more you spend, the more free gifts you get. So for every £45, so if you spent £135, you would get 3 free items. And that's everything in the main catalogue and the spring-summer catalogue, and I can send you those if you drop me an email. I'd be delighted to be your demonstrator. So let's get on with covering our book now. We've cut this at 3 by 7.5. Let's get that stuck onto the front there. So I'm going to use my wet glue today, because then you've got a little bit more wibble room to play with. So let's see if I can get this flowing. So put plenty on, but don't go too mad with it, because you don't want it oozing out of the sides. So I think you can see how much I've put on there. I think this is coming to its end, so I'm having difficulty getting it out. I'll have to get a new one of these multi-purpose glues out. So you pick that up, and then we're going to put that down on there, and let's hope she's got it in the right place. If you do it with a slight lip, you want to do it with a slight lip so that you can pick it up, and I think we can see that that fits nicely. And then fold that over, and with your bone folder just press that down so that that sticks nice and firmly. And then, of course, being magnetic, you can give this as a lovely gift for somebody to put on their fridge door, or anything magnetic that they'd like to stick it on. And I think you'll agree that that's so pretty, that paper. So pretty. And then there you have it, you've stuck it down. Lovely. So now we're going to do our little design on the front like we did here. So I'm going to bring in my stamp set, and this is in the main catalogue, A Whole Lot of Lovely. So today I'm going to use the You're Fabulous, and we're going to prep that on our block. And I've got here a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and today I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon ink. I think that's good and inked up. Press that down, lift it up, very good. I'll just clean off my stamp on this pad. Right then, move the ink out of the way for the moment. Right, so with a 2-inch punch, we're going to punch that out, nice and square. And then I've got my scallop, my 2 3/8 scallop punch, and with a piece of Calypso Coral, because there's Calypso Coral in that paper, as you can see. So I'm just going to punch that out. I'm going to layer that up on top. So I'm going to use a bit of snail in this. Position that over the top, and then I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals Jumping Dimensionals, just put some on there. I think 3 is enough. Take the axle. That's it. And then I'm going to position that about the middle of the pad, like that. And now I'm going to put some of these little flowers on here like I've done there. So using my Calypso Coral cardstock again, I've got my Itty Bitty Accents Punch. This comes as a triple pack. You get a little heart, a little star and a little flower in the pack. So we're going to stamp some of those out. I think we're going to go for about 5 on here because it's quite a large book. And then I have my glue dots. And then using my, I'm just going to make them stand up a bit. This is my Stampin Pierce and I'm using the end to just make those stand up, as you see. Right, so we're going to stick those down with our glue dots. So let's turn them all over the opposite way. So where are we going to put them? We'll have one there. Going to just group them, I think. They look nicer that way. So, here. I like this Calypso Coral card stock. This is one of my favourite colours. Put that there. And now I'm going to use these It's My Party enamel dots. These are in the new Spring Summer catalogue. And they add a different look to the middles of our little flowers. And I think I'm going to use those green ones, I think, to match the papers. So if I can get them up, I'm going to put those in the centre of our flowers. Don't want to come out for some reason. It's sticky enough. They want to stay on the paper, they don't want to be used. That's the trouble. Right, so we're getting there now. Come along. And don't they look cute, those? And they match the... So now I'm just going to pinch them up to give them a little bit more dimension again. And I think you'll agree that that looks really sweet, and you could give that as a gift for Easter or at any time of the year for someone's birthday with a matching card even. You could use the papers to make a matching card. So that's my project today. If you'd like a catalogue, please send me an email. I would love to be your demonstrator. So until the next time, bye for now.